everyone. Today we are talking about running, or how you can get the full-time benefits of running by just running part-time. If you don't know me, my name is Wendy Carrier, and Wendy's Great Adventure is all about helping you decide and embark on your next great adventure. My adventures require a high level of energy, and I know to have that high level of energy, I need to be physically fit. I have found so many ways to stay physically fit that I absolutely love. I really love hiking. I enjoy walking and riding my bike. I like doing weight classes at the gym. The one thing that's not on that list, that used to be on that list, is running. For years, running was the best fitness for me, and I absolutely loved it. I loved it because it was so simple. All it required was a pair of shoes and a half hour. You could get out, get it done, and feel great when you got back. I loved it because I knew I was in amazing cardio shape. I knew my endurance was way up there, my blood was flowing, everything was looking good. What I loved probably the best about it was I identified as a runner. I would go around in my life and I thought of myself as a runner. My self-esteem was boosted. I knew I could run a 5K at the drop of the hat, and that just felt good. I ran steadily for a couple of decades, and then things started to change. It was kind of a gradual change, but I just found myself making excuses. I would put off running because I was too busy or I was too stressed. I would put off running because I was too bored or too relaxed. I found any excuse I could to put off running. I found myself skipping days, sometimes weeks. I would walk instead of run. I always was making excuses. And I realized my relationship to running had changed. It really became something I dreaded. Eventually, I think it even became something I hated. And it's so hard to make ourselves do something that we really hate on a regular basis. But for the next 5 years, I ran off and on. I would run steadily for a year or so, and then I would stop. I would get in shape for a 5K, and then I would run the 5K, then I'd stop running again. This went on for about 5 years. I know I'm not alone in this. I've talked to so many other people that have this love-hate relationship with running. Some of them run on with this conflict. They run even though they don't love running anymore, and some of them give up altogether. Somewhere during the last year, I decided I'm not going to keep forcing myself to run when I have such bad feelings about it. But I missed some of the things about it. I missed the knowledge that I could run a 5K at a moment's notice, that self-esteem that just comes from knowing you're in good cardio shape. And I started to wonder, is there some way I could run less and still get those full-time benefits? Could I game the system and be a runner with doing a lot less running? You see, I really want to stay in running shape. And by running shape, I mean being able to do a 5K just at the drop of a hat. So at Thanksgiving, I ran a 5K with my family. Since I was kind of in a non-running mode, I had to do the 8 weeks couch potato to 5K training to get ready for it. And when I finished the 5K, I decided instead of just quitting altogether and putting myself through this torture of every year having to retrain for 5Ks, I'm going to try to just keep running, and I'm only going to do it once a week. I wanted to see if that alone would be enough to keep me in running shape. It has been 4 months of running just one time a week, and I'm super happy to say that my endurance has kept up, my breathing has kept up. I feel like I can identify as a runner because I know that at the drop of a hat, I could go out and run a 5K, and that just feels good. The best news is, however, I am starting to enjoy running again. When I'm out there and I know I have a full week before I have to go out and run again, I'm starting to get a little bit more pep in my run. I'll probably have a smile on my face once in a while. I'm actually starting to get that runner's buzz that I used to get. Now, don't get me wrong. That hasn't encouraged me to go back to a more busy schedule or anything, but I am super happy with the full-time benefits I'm getting by running just part-time. I have to wonder if you could push the schedule out even further if you might be able to go 8 days, 9 days, even 10 days between runs and see if it works. I haven't tried that yet, but it's worth considering. I wanted to share this because I know lots of people out there struggle with running, and I wanted people to know there is another option. If you cut back on your running days, put a little stretch of time in between them, and give yourself the permission to do that. As long as you're keeping your endurance up, you can still claim yourself as a runner. You'll still probably be able to go out and run a 5K in a moment's notice. Thank you for joining me here today. If you try this part-time running hack, drop a comment and let us know how it goes. I hope you enjoy all the great adventures of your life. Thank you so much for joining me today.